Can you hear me now? Okay, how's that? Can you hear me? This is just crazy. Okay, guys, can you hear me? I may have to talk a little loud. I don't know what's going on at the moment. Things keep changing. Can you hear me? Okay, you guys can hear me. Great. Now, let me see if I can turn this down so that we don't have the echo that's going on. Okay. I don't know what happened to my screen either. My screen isn't acting right. But anyway, guys, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you all so much for showing up. Um, Seems like no matter what I try. Now I'm going through YouTube, guys. I'm going through YouTube. And I can see the chat and everything, but for some reason, I could not get on. So I hope. So am I clear? Am I clear? Are you seeing me or are you seeing the picture behind me, the art behind me? Because I'm seeing two different things on my screen. Oh, great. Great. Okay, I think there's a delay though. Is there a delay? There is a delay. Okay. Anyway, guys, I hope everything catches up. I don't know what's going on. It says I have an excellent signal here, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm so glad to see you guys here. Let's see who we have. We have Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Um, Latrice. Candy. Thank you guys so much for hanging in here with me. Um, I can't, let me see. Honda. Jackie, Latrice. Anyway, yes, yes, I'm doing a lot better, guys. You know what, guys? I had to step away. I kept trying to come back to you guys. I wanted to keep my community together, and I kept trying to come back, but my spirit just wouldn't let me come back. I wasn't ready physically, um, or even mentally. I wasn't ready. So, but I kept trying to come back until I finally just said, okay, I can't do it, and I stopped. But in the meantime, what happened was I decided. Well, you guys already know. Those of you that have been here with me for a while, you already know that I've been trying to take my channel into a different direction because I feel like we were getting a lot of negative, um, just things that fear-based negativity and that kind of thing. The delay, you are good, Mary. Okay, okay, thank you. Um, all that fear-based stuff, but you guys know that I had been talking about it before, just because I was get the energy that was out there was not good. So I decided that what I would do is figure out a way that we could have our community, but something that was more, catered to us more living healthy and happy. Because not that I'm getting into health or food or anything like that, but I just feel like that energy was just bringing us down so bad that it was just not good. That's what it was doing for me, and so I figured it was doing the same thing for you guys. And then I just got kind of tired of hearing the same old things. You, uh, you guys know, those of you that have been with me for a while, even before I had the burn, and for you guys that are new here, you may not know, but I had an injury where I burned myself a year ago. Not a year ago yet. It'll be a year in July, and I'm still healing from it. But I kept trying to rush things, so I just had to just say, forget it. I'll just wait until Spirit gives me the right time, the right moment to come back, and now I'm ready. So the channel is definitely going to be revamped because I don't want to go there anymore. And I don't think any of us should be. We just got to be patient. And you guys, I've always been saying that over and over again. That's the message that Spirit was giving me until I had to sit my butt down and be patient. So um, I'm back with that new direction. So every Wednesday we're going to do this live, 7:50, um, and you might be wondering why I called it 7:50 live. That's kind of spiritual too, because I normally, guys, I would either come on either 7:50, 8:50, sometimes even as late as 9:50. But I figured 7:50 because 7 is that spiritual number, and that 5 is all about change. So we're gonna make some change as far as the channel goes. And if you guys hang in here with me, and hopefully personally, it'll help you to make some changes too. And then that 7 and 5, you guys know I'm all into numerology. So that 7 and 5 adds up to 12. And that 12 is all about creativity and community. So I'm hoping that that number will help us play a part in being bigger and helping each other, especially as women, come together and know that we're good, that we matter. No matter what is going on out there, we have to understand that we can only control us and our lives. So sometimes we have to let go of whatever else is happening out there because there's no way we can control it. We just got to control what's happening with us. And as you can see, nothing has changed as far as, not really. We're still waiting on things to happen and all that kind of stuff. So you guys, this, I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't handle it anymore. But I'm so glad you guys hung in here with me. Um, I really appreciate you guys. And, um, I'm thankful. I'm thankful that we have this community. Um, let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I want to do, well, starting next week, starting Monday, you will see a different type of programming on my channel. I'm still going to be doing readings, just like I'm going to do some tonight. But the readings are going to be, we're gonna have you pick some art pieces, the ones that call you, and then I'm going to read those along with the tarot, so it'll be a little different. And then we're going to do like the um, 8:30 in the morning. There's something special like a tea and read, and just something to help you start your day, and keep things, something to think about besides the negative that we're all in, that we're trying to get rid of right now. So we'll be doing that. And then, guys, I have my um, She's Becoming. I started Substack, in which I do writing. So some things that we can't talk about here, we don't need to talk about here. That's just going. That's kind of new for me. So if you guys get a chance to go over there, um, it's called Still Becoming, and that's because I feel like no matter where we are in our lives as women, we're still becoming. I mean, I have reinvented myself so many times that it's just crazy. I don't know about you guys, but I hope you can, guys, put it in the chat for me if you have done several things. Doesn't matter your age and that kind of thing, but if you have continued to live your life, because we're still here, we have to continue to live our lives no matter what is going on the outside, because they're living their lives, okay? And there's nothing we can, the only thing we can do is control ours. So, um, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, and I want to do a reading, guys, for the collective, especially for us that are in here in this chat now, because I appreciate you guys so much. You guys kept sending me messages that you missed me, but you don't know how much I missed you. You don't know how much I miss coming on here, doing these lives, and connecting with you guys, and just becoming friends with all of you. I appreciate it so much. So, thank you guys for the hearts. I appreciate you guys. And some of you have been with me for a long time, and you still hung in there with me, and you just don't know how much I appreciate that. I'm just so glad to be back now. But you'll see me, well, we'll do the 7:50 live every Wednesday, and which I'll do a reading for the collective, like I'm going to do in a minute if I stop talking. And then I'm going to let you guys, if you are a member, you get to ask one question, um, and that's, you get one question, I'll answer for you. And then if you're not a member, you can do a super chat, and then I'll answer a question for you. So I want to first do the reading for the collective, especially for us guys. Um, You guys got any comments? How do you? Oh, good. Candy says she's continued to live her life. Yeah, it's so hard though. You know, when you first thing we have to do is probably turn off that. Well, I can't say turn the TV off because you're gonna see it's all over the place. You know what's happening is all over the place. There's no way of getting around it or anything like that. Um, so it's not like you can turn it off, but we need to know what's going on anyway. So you know you don't want to get too far from the truth if we're getting the truth. See, this is the thing, guys. I mean, we are getting, the United States is getting to be so much like some of those other countries that you know have dictators and that kind of thing. We're getting there. So that's another reason why we got to try to do what we can do for ourselves and live our lives the way we need to live them. So I'm going to read for us right now. I changed my mind about the deck that I was going to use, guys. I use a different one. How's everybody doing? Let me know something in the chat, guys. What's going on with you guys? What have you been doing? What's new? Candy says she's continued. Yes. That's the best thing you can do is to continue on. Let's see. You guys have any questions for me or anything about anything? That I can answer for you that's, not pertaining to tarot or anything like that. I had some questions here that I wanted to in my notes, and you know that it's like I couldn't get on, and it was frustrating me so bad that well, you know how it goes. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that happens to me. And I'm even on YouTube. I let go of all the other software things that I had been doing, and just got on YouTube, and still had some problems. Okay, let's see what Spirit wants us to know. And Spirit, this is for the women that are in the chat that are a part of this community. This is who I want the live for right now. The reading for. Okay. Some interesting cards here. So, first card that came up is the Queen of Swords. Now, to me, this is telling me, guys, that this is us. that queen. This is us, and we are ready to take back our energy. Can you guys see these? I hope so. Hi, Witch Digital, Brenda. Um, we're standing here like we should be. Like, forget all of this. This is about me. This is about us. We're not going to be um, dealing with all the other mess that's going on that we have no control over. Let them deal with their own mess. And then we have the Knight of Cups here, bringing an offer. I don't know if are some of you waiting for something to come in, some kind of offer, something like that, because this is for the group. Some of you may be waiting for some kind of offer. I don't know, maybe a job, maybe money, something like that. Um, you will be getting some kind of offer. And here is the Knight of Pentacles. Now we all know that this Knight of Pentacles is slow as heck. So if it is money that you're looking for to come in, it may take a minute. It may take a minute because he moves very, very slow. But here we have the Three of Cups. So there is going to be some celebration, guys, for us. Let's hope that it's soon. Let's hope that it's real soon. But we will be getting some kind of celebration, and women especially are going to be celebrating, coming together and celebrating something soon. And do you know why? Because this is a new beginning. It seems like, have you guys felt it that um, things have kind of shifted? And it's like something is ending. And I know we've been waiting for this for a while, but I believe it. I believe that something is ending right now, and a shift has come in. And we're going to be looking at some new beginnings. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm seeing. This is what the cards are saying. Now it's saying the women are going to summarize, the women may be in charge with this Queen of Swords here. Okay? And it might be a little slow process because we may start getting some offers, or maybe women in general may see things shifting. But with that Knight of Pentacles there, even if it is money, it's not going to come in really fast. It's going to be slow moving, but in the end, we're going to be celebrating. And I know that some people are saying that he's going to, things are going to be messed up, like Social Security and all that kind of thing. It's going to be messed up, or we're going to have a problem. Okay, well, maybe we are, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as all the fear that's going on, what people are saying about it. I don't think it's going to be that bad. First of all, things have got to change because it's been a long time that this office has been in power, but they're not going to be in power forever. And when they're gone, it may take a minute to get things straight, but still things are going to be straightened out. That's how I see it. So, which says, I think what's going to happen, he's going to become a lame duck until he passes away. Yeah. Yep. Oh, thank you, Arsenal. Good to see you. Good to see you're back. You're here. I'm back. You're here. We're all back home. That's how I see it. Yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, I just feel very optimistic about where we're going now. I really feel like we are in the beginnings of something new, and that the worst part of it is coming to an end. I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel that way. I feel like things are going to get better. Let me pull a few more. All right, Spirit, tell us more about what's happening and what we as a community in this gathering can expect to happen. Make sure they're right side up. The celebration card keeps coming up, guys. King of Cups. King of Cups for me used to be Biden, but that's just in general someone that's understanding. No, cups are very emotional and that kind of thing. So, they understand feelings and that kind of thing. So there may be a man that's going to come, bring some good information. Wow, here's the King of Wands. We have the King of Cups and the King of Wands. So there's two kings here, guys. And then we have that merchant. Okay. I feel like there is some kind of battle that's going on with these men in power, and that one merchant who, we know who he is. I think he feels good about what's happening for him. But here's that Queen of Swords again. Here is that Queen of Swords again, guys. Yeah, she is standing there with her sword, ready to take down something. See, we don't know who that is. We know who we hope that is, but that doesn't mean that's going to be that person. But some woman is going to come in and shake things up. And then there is judgment. Something is going down. Something is changing. I hate to say it, but I feel like somebody is going to be called to the other side, because there's this conflict. But I think this judgment card just says a lot to me. There's something that's going to happen. Somebody is, not only are they being judged, but we're looking at things that's happened in the past, and now, to me, this card is saying there's some kind of redemption for the people. That's how I'm seeing it. Oh, and here's the devil. Yeah, I think we're on track with everything. Here is the devil. And here's the White House. The devil in the White House. I wonder, okay, this shouldn't be political, but I'm wondering, guys, do you think that maybe his money may be some kind of way his money is going to be stopped or slowed down, or something's going to happen with that? And then we have the Star. Okay, so I'm feeling like somebody is wishing that things will go a certain way, but this devil in the White House with the slow moving money is telling me that they know that something is going on, and they're wishing that it works out. They're hopeful that it works out their way. But then here we got the Chariot. Somebody's leaving. Somebody's going somewhere. Trust me, somebody is leaving. Okay? And I put these two cards together. Definitely, I feel like somebody is going somewhere. The Judgment and the Chariot. Okay? So anyway, that's what Spirit wanted us to know. Guys, that's for us to know in this group here. That's what's happening. That's what we can look forward to. Something's going to happen with that money, with all the money, guys. And I know they've been taking a lot of it and doing whatever they want to do with it, but I don't think that's going to last forever. Let's see who's in here that I haven't said anything. Arsenio, good to see you. Witch, good to see you. Um, what about, I believe her name is Charlene. Just a minute. Sinclair, she says she has a lot of information and has a dead man switch in place. Who the heck is she? Okay, guys, so you know I really haven't been paying attention. I'm trying to get myself together. Who is she? Did she work with Epps or something? Thank you, Arsenio. I'm glad we're back too. Thank you, everybody. Um, I don't know, but I think something is going to go down. We just haven't heard it yet. We haven't gotten the information yet, but it's coming. Oh, okay, okay. I think I heard something about her. What does she mean? I heard that she has some information on the election. I shouldn't have said that, but on the contest. I did hear that. Okay, but what are we going to see? This is what pisses me off, guys. I'm sorry. What are we going to do about it? If she comes up with the receipts, see, this is what makes me so mad. If she comes up with receipts, then what? Then what? I mean, are we just? This is why I'm saying we gotta take care of ourselves, guys, because it's just getting out of hand. We already know what's been happening. We know what went on. We know all of that stuff. What are they gonna do about it? That's all I want to know. What's gonna happen? Somebody is just getting away with everything, and nothing is being done. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about it? And I really shouldn't be talking about it because it just makes me madder and madder. Okay, which says, yeah, I agree. Nothing really is gonna happen, but maybe it can make him a lame duck, where he can't get any laws passed, or maybe it needs to come out so everybody talks about it. Yeah, I think that the one thing that's going to happen with the guys is eventually there's going to be change. You know, things are going to change so that this kind of thing doesn't happen again. But in the meantime, in between time, he is doing things that's just ridiculous. I mean, he's not getting away with this much though. I noticed that lately, um, he hasn't been getting away with as much, but still, I mean, it's just crazy how much has happened. But that just goes to show you, that just goes to show how blind we were to what was happening right under our noses because we trusted the people that we elected. And if they can be bought, in which a lot of them were, then this is what we get. So they're all protecting each other. Yeah, see, there you go. We said there's technically no laws to remove an illegitimate president, and there isn't. So what do? We you can't do anything once he's in office, and nobody really challenged it, and it's like, but then what about the people? We sit back and he's just trying to actually um, take down the country um, for everybody. He doesn't care as long as he gets what he wants. And we just sit back and let it happen. Hey, Neek. Good to see you. It has been a long time. Golden Tara, hello from Seattle. There's three of us watching you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys decided to join me. I feel like I'm back home, guys. I kept trying to get back, and I'm back now, so I'm happy. Yeah, there's no leadership because everybody's dealing in the same thing. Everybody's just stuffing their pockets, while the little people, us, we have to work so hard for everything, and we have to prove ourselves, and they live lavishly and do whatever they want to do. See, this can never happen again. This can never happen again. That's the problem. The big McDonald's in the sky. That would be too good for him. He just eat McDonald's cheeseburgers all day. Oh, thank you, Arsenio. Arsenio. Yeah, that would be too good for him, really. But he would be out our hair. But yeah, I'm not wishing that on anybody. I mean, if he stays here and loses everything, that would be great for me too. I know, Meek. I'm sick of them too. I am so sick of them too. I am so sick and tired of the whole thing. That's why I had to get away from it because it was just too much. It was just too much. It's just too much of watching our country go down and nobody's really. I don't understand. I just don't get how there's no kind of, what do you call it, nothing that would have been put in place, that should have been put in place so that this couldn't happen. It's like there's no balance. It's like, okay, they get in power and just everything else, just forget about it. It's just about making them and their families happy. That's it. Nobody else, it doesn't matter. But that's how dictators do. But the only thing I can say is that it's a good thing that we have only 4 years that he can, and it looks like I hope he's not here the whole time. But it's possible, guys. We just have to say the truth. It's possible. Because for some reason, he's being taken care of so that he stays here. There's probably medication out there that we don't even know about that prolongs life. Okay, it's got to be. It's got to be. I mean, look at him. There's got to be something out there that's prolonging life. Candy says she stopped watching the news. I don't know much about. Yeah, that's me too. I stopped too. All I know is that every time you turn around, here he is showing up somewhere, and it makes me so mad. I just can't. I can't stand to look. I can't stand to hear. But I know that he's still here. That's the problem. Yeah, they seem to be turning on him slowly. That's true. Yeah, no guardrails. That's the word I was looking for, Neek. There should have been guardrails for this kind of thing. It was just too easy. But then if you have something on almost everybody, if everybody's been doing some of the same things that you've been doing, they can't tell on you. They can't put you down because they didn't. They're just as bad. So everybody's being quiet. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's see. Even though House of yeah, yeah, you still got to go there. And I agree, it must be pretty bad, whatever it is, but they keep them going. Okay, Neek. Okay, Neek. That's that's good. Yeah, you got to be careful what you say when you do the dials. You got to be very careful because you don't want it coming back to you. Okay, so she's been dropping the T. Okay, we already know that Muskrat is, he has a problem. We already know that drug problem. He crazy. He's not all there. He, he has so much money. He can do whatever he wants to do. Um, he went into he went into the government and cleaned house and got everything that he needed to do, whatever he needed to do, and nobody stopped him. Nobody stopped him. Nobody thought, they just let it take its course. This is what gets me. They let it take its course. He had 90 days or whatever, and then he had to be. Do you know how long 90 days is? When you got everybody's records and everything, that's crazy. Whatever needs to happen. Yeah. See, and that's the thing too, guys. I guess it's got to take its course too. I mean, it's got to take its course. But I don't know, honey. This is, I've, in all my days, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, we all know that there's corruption everywhere, but did we know how bad it was? It's like we got a clean house. I really think we have to clean house. And I think they're doing a good job of it for the most part because the Democrats, but Democrats are winning elections and things, but the thing that we have to remember also is that the Democrats are not innocent. All of them are not innocent. Some are, but some are right up there with the other party. So, I mean, don't be shocked when you hear stuff about them also. And I'm not going to say they're all the same. They're all the same party or whatever. But when you get money, you get up there and you get mixed up into different things like that. Then stuff happens, and you do crazy things. Honda says someone says the mess may not be working, and he may have to switch to something else. Well, probably whatever he has to do, they'll do it. They'll give it to him, and that's just it. That's just the bottom line. Okay. Um, yeah. Some of them are just as bad. So, okay, guys, let's pull some cards for you guys. If you are a member and you have a question for me, um, put it in the chat. Put an M by it so that I know you're a member, and you will get a question read for you. And everyone else, for now, it'll be super chat. Hi, Claude. How are you? Good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a while for me with everybody. I'm glad to see you guys. Put dolls were used to keep medical records, not to actually do anything specific. Those dolls were actually originally used for medical history. I can believe that. Oh, thank you, Claude. But I think that, like I was saying, one of the things that we're going to do differently is try to relax more and bring that energy, balance our energy better. And I hope that you coming to this channel, Divine Spiritual Tea, will help you do that in the future. Like I said, I have some great things lined up for us starting Monday. Anybody want a reading? Yeah, I got one of those dolls sitting over on my shelf right there. So, yeah. But it makes sense that they were used for medical things because it you can point out where something is happening. You know. Oh, this is personal stuff, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to get into. I'm trying to stay away from the politics and stuff, but I'm hearing yes that it is. I know I said I'm trying to stay away, but I mean it's so hard to not talk about it. Yes, like and subscribe and subscribe to my Substack. Still still becoming. Um, it's free to subscribe. I'm not charging anything for that. It's just talking, saying things that I'm not going to say here and that kind of thing. So go over there and subscribe also. It was a way to remember what they had originally treated for someone. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? It's all about your intention, Rich. It's all about intention. You know what I'm saying? You can use it for different things. You know, we are that powerful, but it's mostly about your intention. So when they originally used the dolls, probably they were for remembering what happened, when it happened, that kind of thing. Just stick a pin in that where that happened. But like I said, it's all about our intention. Your intention can be for something negative or positive. So, there's always two sides. So, yeah. Okay, so nobody has a personal question. Um, Today is Tuesday. Let's look at what what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at the month of June. just to see where it's on us. The month of June is up on us. So I'm going to look at the month of June um, to see what might be coming up for us. All right. Let's look at the month of June, Spirit. Hmm. We have the Queen and King of Pentacles showing up. Um, we have the King and Queen of Pentacles showing up. So I would think that that's a couple that's going to probably um, have it be, they will have to defend themselves concerning all of their money. Now, I don't know who that couple could be because I don't think I don't think the orange one's wife is going to be having to defend her money, but it's going to be some couple because they have a lot of it. We also have the Empress showing up here. So they're very abundant, but here they are. They're going to have to defend they're going to have to defend their money for some reason. I don't know if something's going to come up, and they're going to be exposed. Remember, you heard it here first. Um, and they're upside down. The Chariot. Ooh, the Sun. Heartbreak. Knight of Pentacles. And somebody's going to have to move on because of being exposed in some way, and they may there may be have something to do with heart attack or something. And again, that money is showing up. Something is coming forward concerning money, or some kind of health problem that is slowly developing for someone, and we're going to find out about it. And they're going to have to move on. See what else for June. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there's going to be really some heartbreak. Um, there's going to be a change for somebody, and it may be somebody that's in partnership. They're going to be sorry that they um, went into partnership with someone, and not only that, we're going to find out about some theft. Tower's coming down, guys. The tower is definitely coming down for somebody in the month of June. The month of June is not going to be easy for some people. Let's see what else is coming out here. News is going to come fast about something that happened overseas that they're trying to balance right now, and um, there's going to be an offer. Okay, so guys, we heard that. I mean, we've said that so much that he may have to leave the country. He may want to leave the country. And this is what I'm getting, like some news that's going to come in from overseas. We're still waiting on, we know that we're not going to get the the files that we've been waiting for through the United States, through our government, but some government is going to um, bring that news out from overseas, and um, he's trying to balance all that. Okay, he's going back and forth with it, but here we go. Some kind of offer is going to be made. So maybe that's coming soon. We still do expect that to happen. That he's going to leave here, even if sick or not. He's going to leave the U.S. I believe that's still coming. Some kind of way he's going to leave this country. But I think some exposure is going to come. Now, of course, guys, we all know when we look at these things, this is the thing that's so hard, is that you never can tell when. Now, I'm looking at this for the month of June, but that does not mean it's not going to happen in August or September. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. Oh, that's right. I heard she had throat cancer. Yeah. Well, that's. Mm, I won't say that. I won't say what almost came out. You think that Pam Bondi may expose him? Huh. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, Christine. Hi. It must have been time for me to come back. Somebody else said that they were talking about me uh, when I put up the announcement that I was coming back, and she said the same thing. I just was thinking about you, and I was talking about you, and now here you are. So, hey, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And I'm drinking Coke. Well, we'll see what happens with that. But something's going to happen. We got an eventful um, June coming up, guys. It is the middle of the year, so that's a good thing. Well, Christine, I'm glad you found me. I know it's been a while. Yeah. Actually, it's probably been like 3 months since I've been really. I don't know when the last time I've done a live, but it's getting close to. It was getting close to 3 months, and I just needed that time, guys, because I had to get myself together. Sometimes you just don't know how much an injury affects you until you're in the middle of it, and you think you're getting better, and the next thing you know, you're not better, and all that stuff. You go back and forth, and I'm thinking, well, I should be better, but and then you try, and it's like, okay, not yet, not yet. I got something else I want you to do, not yet. So I was like, okay, I surrender, I surrender. Here, I searched for you the other day. I thought maybe I wasn't subbed anymore and was missing videos. So, no, Neek, no. You, I hadn't done anything. I kept I kept trying to come back, and I would come back for, I think I tried to come back like once. I did like three in a row, and then I just couldn't do it. It's like, it's kind of like when something like that happens, it affects not only your physical, but like your soul. You know, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But you know, if I could have done it, I would have been back. But it was not for me to come back yet. So I just let it go. Every time I tried, I could not believe what was happening. Every time I tried to come back, something happened to stop me. And I'm like, what the heck? What is going on? It's like, just sit down and wait. So that's what I did. That's what I did. Yeah, I did. I needed a break, but you know, you think in July it'll be a year. That's coming up on a year. And it's coming up on a year since I had that accident. And they said a year or more, and they were not playing when they said a year or more because, yeah, it's still not all the way there. And I don't know if I'll, ever be, but I'm 100% better than where I started. Um, but I just missed getting on here with you guys and having our conversations and stuff like that. You know, it's always fun to catch up and just to have a community, especially a community of like-minded people. That's the thing. You know, you can talk to people all day long, but if they're not like-minded, then the conversation is just shallow to me. Yeah, my internet kept acting up. You're right. It just, Christine, you remember? It was like, no, no, not yet. No, not yet. No. And I was thinking the same thing tonight. I couldn't figure out. Because, normally what I would do is I would be on like I would be on Ecamm or StreamYard. And so this time I said, well, I'm just going to go YouTube. That should be easier. Just go YouTube. And, but still, for some reason, I just couldn't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me thinking that something was going to go wrong because tonight. But I'm glad you guys hung in there with me because I was like, dang, I gotta, I gotta break this cycle somehow. So, so I did, and I'll be back 7:50. 7:50 Wednesdays, guys. Well, I'm glad you tried to find me, Neek. Oh, Witch, you are so funny. Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you see me? Yeah, can you hear me now? Yeah. Yes. Crazy. But hey, it happens. But I guess Spirit said, okay, all right, you can go back. Oh, thank you, Christine. Christine said, we're the teacups. We're not leaving you. Thank you. That is so good to hear because it's like you guys miss me. I miss you guys too so much. You know, it's crazy how you can build a relationship online. And none of us have ever really seen each other. I mean, you've seen me because, but not in real life. But still, you bond with people. You bond with people. So I hope everyone's doing all right. Everyone's been having a good year since I've been on here with you guys. I hope everything's been going good with you too. But just remember, guys, we're going to go a different direction because I think what's important is us. All the other stuff is just noise. People making noise. We're what's important. And we have to make sure that we are good because no matter what, like I said, somebody has enough money to still be here. That's not gonna. It's not gonna be the same with us. So we might as well be happy while we're here. No, even though they're trying to squash our happiness and make us joyless, spiritless, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna have to watch ourselves, you know, because that's what they're doing. But they can pay for it. We can't. I mean, I can't. I don't know about anybody else, but I can't. I mean, it's not too many. What, 2% of the people that can do that kind of thing? I don't know. Maybe some of y'all got it like that too. If you do, let me know. Yeah, that's true. Can't save them forever, but it may take. It'll keep them around a little longer, probably. You know. Hi, Shirley. It's good to see you too. Thank you for subscribing to my Substack over there. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Really, Christine? You don't think we can vote our way out of it? We may not be able to. It depends. I mean, if they, I'll tell you what. If the same thing happens again, I don't know what to think. Because the people who are supposed to be taking care of things are not. And it seems like, but I don't know. It seems like by the time, you know, November rolls around, that things should be looking better as far as um, the contests and how they count things. But now they're asking for so much ID for everything that it's just ridiculous. Can't do anything, can't go anywhere, you gotta have ID, ID, ID. Oh, well, okay, you're right, Meek. That's what the whole ballroom is about. Of course, they don't want to go anywhere. They want a bunker, and they can go down there and make demands, or else. That's what just came to me one day. Is that what that's all about? You go down there underneath that ballroom and you start making demands. Why is this thing so important? Because I feel like when it's time to go, they're not going to want to leave. Yep, I think so, Meek. I think that's what it's all about. Yeah. Well, after, you guys think that the rest of the regime is going to still try to hang around once he's gone? What do you think? I don't know. They, I think the majority of them are just cowards anyway. Um, he's just got he's got so much leverage because he's got so much on all of them. He can make them do whatever he says. Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree, Nick. We think alike. Yep. They can go as deep into the earth as they want to. Yeah. And God calls them as a wrap. I agree, Christine. I agree. Yeah. I think it's going to change. I don't think they're going to be, they're going to go back underground once he's gone. They still will think the same way. They'll just go back underground and we won't, um, they'll hide it, but they'll be the same people. But the good thing about this is that, not that there's a good thing, but um, we know how people really think now. Some people, we know how they really think. Because maybe some people that you thought were your friends, you didn't really know how they thought. I mean, you thought they thought like you, but now we learned that that's not so true. Okay. Well, he won't be there long, though, Meek. I don't think he'll be there long. I wonder who. Okay, you're saying they want him gone as bad as we do. Their lives are being threatened, so they are scared of him. Okay, but who would they put in his place, guys? Who do you think? Mm. Or you think he's going to resign, get some money and resign? Um, maybe. I don't know. Power. You got money anywhere if you got power. Oh shoot. I don't think that's gonna happen, Neat. Do you, Marco? First of all, he's too dark. I don't know if that would happen. Wrong complexion. Hmm. True. Yeah, his name has been coming up a lot. I just can't see it happening. I just can't see it happening because I think you got to be a supremacist. You got to be one of those the people that think they're supreme over everybody else. That's what I think. Mm, that's still a hard pill to swallow. Oh, the three sixes on your forehead. Yeah, well, they're going to try everything they can, to stay in power, but I don't know about him. And JD, you know, he got those kids that are not, that are, you know, so that's going to be hard too. They probably don't want him because of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true, Meek. We're in the age of Aquarius, so that means that to me, when you say the age of Aquarius, that means that we're supposed to be coming together more and working together more, not the other way around. You know, because Aquarius is all about community and that kind of thing. So, but like I said in the beginning, I think that we're going to see some change coming soon. I think, you know, and I always say this, we just got to be patient. Boy, did I learn about patience. Spirit kept saying, be patient, be patient. Yeah, yes. Which, you're right, you're talking about Aquarius, yeah. We're transitioning, I know that we have to. What things really, actually, guys, when you think about it, things couldn't stay the same anyway. I mean, look at it. I mean, really, really look at. I always look at things pretty deeply, and the thing that got me is that when I remember when Obama was in office, and everybody was like, "Well, he'll, you know, because of this, we don't have racism anymore," and blah 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 blah. And then black folks was expecting him to do this and do that. He couldn't do any of that. I really feel like he did the best he could do and still have a life. They were not going to let him go too far. And they made it clear to him um, that things could be ended at any moment. If you guys remember the people that walked up into the White House and everybody was wondering, well, how did they get in here? They were sending a message. And do you remember how many black men they took down during that time? They were sending a message. So we had that, and I don't, you know, some people are upset with him because he didn't do that, he didn't do this, he didn't, you know, what makes you think? I mean, we had Martin Luther King, he gave up his life. Everybody doesn't want to do that. And I don't think King, um, King felt at the last minute that, you know, not the last minute, but the last time of his life that he had made a mistake about how we should do things. You know, but there's nothing you can do. We see what's happening in the White House right now. Until it's time for things to change, and it may be what you said about a revolution, maybe that's it, because it's not going to just happen. And the way things are going now, things have to change. Because for one thing, if you think that people are going to just sit up and let you run all over them, you know, just we're not in the 30s, 40s, 50s. It's not going to happen. You know, so something has to change. So you know that's how I look at it. So I just believe right now we are in a transitioning period, and things are going to happen that's going to make change. It has to be. It's not like things are just going to be handed over to us, because who wants to do that? Who wants to just hand over? Okay, yeah, so yeah, we did you wrong. We did this to you. Here you go. That will never happen, ever. And as long as they can keep the people in power that will do it, will keep the program going the way the program is going, they're good. I do believe that this is a time that we're going to see some things happen. We're going to see some things happen. It's just that time. I don't know if it's because of Aquarius, and that does have a lot to do with it, where we are spiritually and that kind of thing. Um, that could be part of it, but it's all being set up to happen in a certain way. I'm just reading your messages here, guys. What you're talking about. Christine says the problem is Americans are selfish and don't want to be in a community anymore. Everybody is all about individualism. Everybody wants to be better than the next person. No community. Um, yeah, and the way things are going, though, may end up having to be in community, because a lot of people that have that's had a lot, and they don't understand what it is to live um, from paycheck to paycheck and things like that. They're not going to be able to handle it, and that's what's going to cause a lot of the uproar, because the people that are used to living from paycheck to paycheck, they're just letting it ride. They're like, okay, whatever, you know, y'all y'all do y'all thing. Do y'all thing, and when it's over, call me. Just don't mess with me. Just don't mess with me. But when it's over, call me. That's how that goes. That's how that's gonna go. Okay, which you said you believe that the major changes are going to start happening in 2032. We're already in the changing, but things are going to start happening already. Yeah, things have started happening, just on a lower level. But I'm wondering why you said 2032. Um, okay, are you thinking that a new president would be in there a couple of years, and that would, what? Yeah, 2028, 29, 30. Okay, maybe. Mm. Okay, Meek. I could see that. Yeah, there you go, Rich. That's right. They're go- they're going to be willing to join. But think about it, guys. Think about it this way. Okay, think about this. One of the problems we as a people have always had, we've been so welcoming. I don't think it's going to be easy. It's easy for them as they may think. We've always had open arms. That's just our nature. Okay, which says 2032 and 35 was just sort of my feelings. Also, I analyzed it with numerology and astrology, and about what's currently happening and what's probably going to happen, and okay, then applying it. Okay, okay, I get that. I wish I knew more about astrology. I don't know a lot about astrology, but I know about numerology. Um, it could be. Hopefully, hopefully we have a Democrat in office that at that time, you know, and not one of the ones that don't know how to change, make change, because we get that same kind of person in office that's just going to go along to get along. what happened? Okay, I'm back. Your encoder is sending data faster than real time. Um, yeah, who's going to be in there? And if we're saying Democrat because it looks like that now, we really don't know yet. It's too early. It's too early to tell. And I've always, it took me a long time to, I don't know if she's, I don't know if she's done yet. I don't know if it's the upcoming election, Kamala. I still think she may be in there, but I don't know if this is the time. Eventually it's going to happen that they're going to have to put a woman in there. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping. It is progressive. That's what I'm hoping, Rich. Because, and see, I don't know how people are going to look at that when it comes to Kamala running, how progressive she's going to be. What do you think? I don't know how progressive she would be. I mean, she's from the old school too, and I mean, she's smart and all that, and maybe she may be more progressive than we think she would be because of what happened with her. Yeah, I know she's thinking about it, but I think it's just going to be it's going to be hard for her again. Because first of all, once he's gone, guys, um, it's going to be a lot of mad people. I mean, we got a third of the country that's still kind of on, you know, MAGA or whatever. I mean, some of them are coming around, but they only come around because it affects them in some kind of way, you know? Yeah, they are way too left. Yeah, she's smart enough for that, Christine. You're right. Mm. You think center, okay. But what that would put her right in there if they go center. Yeah. But when you talk about job loss, okay, we have to think about AI too. That's a big part of it, and I think that's just something that happens over time. We have all these different revolutions, like from horse to buggy to cars to you know farmers to doing their own thing to the equipment can't. I mean, it's always some kind of change happening that wipes out jobs, and people have to learn to do something else with it. That's with their lives. They have to, just like the computer. We used to write everything, and now they don't even teach cursive writing anymore. Things just change. And I think that people have to get used to and accept that, that change is gonna happen, even though people lose their jobs and stuff like that. I mean, and the thing about AI is, I don't care what's going on with it or how they can't get it together right. Eventually, AI is going to be a big, big thing. It's going to be the big change. it's not going away. But you know what? There's another thing about jobs, guys. I'm just rambling now, but there's another thing about jobs. I think people are going to figure out how to go back to making their own money. And I think we used to do that in the past. I think I can see, people just doing their own things. And it's not like people didn't try in the past, because there was a moment, a time, way back in the past, when they burned down these black cities and stuff like this. People were doing their own things. They were living their own lives. They weren't bothering nobody. But people didn't like it, so they took it from them. It's not like, like they try to say people are so lazy and all that. People tried. People tried, but then they had to kind of conform. But some people were strong enough to keep at it, but then when you keep having things taken away, taken away, taken away, I mean, at some point, you kind of like, you give up. Yeah, lots of lost very quickly. I'm not against AI, but we're just not prepared for the transition. Yeah, we never are. It can be used for good, but you have to be really careful. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that the people in business, if they can get AI to do some jobs and they don't have to pay a person to show up, they're going to use AI. That's just the bottom line. I mean, but then I heard that they laid off a lot of people because some company thought that AI was just going to be able to do everything, but you still need human beings too. It's just like when they said, everything's going to be robotic. Well, you got to have human beings. Y'all remember that back in the day? All the robots are going to take over and all that. You still need human beings to run them. They can't run themselves. What do you think about the data centers? Well, I think they're going to have to figure out a way to make them more efficient as far as the data centers. Um, I think right now it's kind of like they're testing things. You know what I'm saying? But eventually they got to make it more efficient. Yeah, they have. The robots, they have made leaps and bounds. Yeah, I agree. That's what they're betting on. And I mean, betting on, real betting on. If you got some money, um, mm-mm. The Michael Jackson robot, I didn't see that. I saw the Michael Jackson movie. That was good. Hmm. Who do you think will be the next to leave? I've been hearing that Cash. That's what I've been hearing. He needs to be gone too, though. I don't even know how he stayed in there this long. DTE basically stated that we are paying for the data centers. That's why our electric bills are up. I'm not surprised. Well, we're gonna have to pay for it in the long run anyway. JD, I don't know. I mean, he can't step down now. Okay, who's if something happens to Orange Face, who's gonna take his place? I don't think he can do anything for the next couple of years. Really, Christine? He stood in front of a crowd and said to vote out the current leadership. He wasn't talking about Orange Face, was he? Was he that bold? Yeah, they're doing a lot of infighting, but mm, yeah, I don't think anybody really liked him in the beginning, and then even Orange Face didn't want him, but for some reason they got him in there because of the proposition, the 20 2025 thing, but I don't think they ever really got along. Um, I don't think I think the only way that he will get in there is to replace Orange Peel for whenever he leaves. Maybe. Depending on how and why Orange Peel leaves. That's what I think. That's the only way he's going to get in there. He's not going to be in there. He's not going. He won't get voted in, unless somebody cheats. In that case, he better get to be real friends with Muskrat. Right. Yeah. Peter Thiel forced JD on. Yeah. See what money can do for you? It's sad but true, you know. So he gets somebody in there that he really doesn't like. You know what I think about that, guys? I think that I don't know, this is just going through my head. But I think that that's one of the reasons why Biden put Kamala there. He didn't think she was going to make it. I don't think he really thinks she was going to make it. Did he really like her? Who knows? He never let her get out, and I think he was intimidated by her because all she had to do was open her mouth and people would listen. So, you know, I'm sure he picked her because he knew that that would help his ticket. But did he really like her? He figured he could control the situation, in which he did. But I don't know if he really liked her. Especially the way she outperformed him when they did the debates. But then he picked her anyway. But then, he had a reason for doing that too. So, I mean, it's all how it's what they all do to maneuver things around. It's like, they're playing chess. Well, if I do this, then this will happen. If I do that, that'll happen. They don't have to like them. Yeah, There you go, Christine. If he really thought that she could get it, but see, I don't know. She did really good to be like she only had such a small amount of time to make an impact. She did good, and she probably would have made it if we didn't have interference. But see, that's another question. How could that much interference happen under the people's noses who were supposed to be watching it? You guys remember the way that map was just swept and nobody knew it? Think about that. I mean, when you sit down and really think about what's happening these days, it's like, wait a minute, what really went on? I mean, she's a black woman. How many, how many men wants a woman over them, and then a black woman on top of that? Are you kidding me? I think they thought Obama was enough. No way. No way. Okay, Rhonda, you got it, girl. She was set up. He didn't defend her. Hmm. He kept her out of the limelight for so long. And you know what? I think she realized that in the end that that's what happened. And all I can say is if she's gonna go this time, she better come out real, real, real strong. I don't even know. You know, in a sense, I would I would hope that she would almost know that she could make it if she did it again. Not guessing. Pretty much know because they're gonna put her through the ringer. Why are Americans still paying taxes? Oh, you're saying because of how he's doing things? I'm not sure. I do believe the money has come from somewhere for upkeep of the country and what we need and that kind of thing, but they're not doing the right things with the money. Now, I agree with that, and some people can just not pay any, like him. Although, he's well, he's doing other things too, but I mean that's another whole story. That's another whole issue. Yeah, I feel the same way, Rich. I felt I felt good. Oh, hi, Dot. Good to see you. I felt good voting for her, and you always vote for the person that you think is the best candidate. But like I said, that map went red too fast for me. It was just unbelievable. And you mean to tell me that the only people in this whole country that knew that was going to happen was the Republicans? Thank you so much for the hearts. Yeah, I'm back. Oh, my husband, he's good. He's good. He's doing really well. Still here for me and helping me. So I'm happy. Says, I think she is in her own way. She's loyal to people who screwed her over. Her issue with defending herself could backfire if Biden is no longer here. Her issue with defending herself. Well, I think that she's done with that part. Um, there's no sense in going over that. She just got to be ready for what's coming next because I don't know. I just think it's still going to be a hard road for her. Yep. It was just crazy. I've never seen anything like that before. It usually takes them a minute to, like we're going to count the votes because they're close or whatever. We didn't get any of that. It just went, just, everything was just, the map was just red. It was just unbelievable. And like I said, I can't believe that the Republicans were the only ones that knew anything about this happening. I can't believe it. Yeah. Yeah, but I heard that. I heard about that, Christine. Well, he's just let him just keep moving around. He's gonna get humiliated in front of a whole bunch of people. Let him keep doing what he's doing, because he thinks these people are his friends. I mean, as much as they can be. I don't think any of them are friends, but you know what I'm saying. They all are in the same boat. They're all trying to take over the countries, and they're all trying to rule everybody. And he's just being made a fool out of. He thinks he has so much power he can just do whatever he wants to do. Yep, which you're right. They called those states so fast. Dot says, "I miss you. I think my Madam Vice President has lit the match and set the room on fire. She's calling the DNC all out. I think that she did not have support internally to challenge the election. She didn't. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. They didn't. Half of them didn't want her either. Can you just? I mean, really, can you imagine? Yeah, Brenda says that's how we all knew the fix was in. That's right. And nobody tried to stop it. I mean, it was like, you guys remember that time? It seems like a long time ago now, but it hasn't been that long. Remember, we were looking at it and thinking, oh, she's going to do something. She's going to say something. Oh, this is going to happen by January 20th when they do when he steps in office, and we were just so hopeful, but it was not supposed to be like that. They already knew that nothing was going to happen. We're sitting here thinking, why isn't she saying anything? Why isn't she doing anything? They're just going to let him in. And then the states had their turn to, um, what do you call it when the states, you guys know what I'm talking about. When the states say, okay, he's in, or okay, he's not in, or whatever. They had their opportunity too. Can you imagine all the things that were going on in the back rooms? Can you imagine everything that was happening in the back rooms to make sure that she didn't get in? And I'm not going to even say that that he got in. It's not that they wanted him so bad; it's that they didn't want her. That was the problem. That was the problem. Yeah, that's true. That's true, which we were conditioned over the last several years to not be able to question the election. And that's what happened with her. It was like, because he put up such a ruckus about, oh, I really won and they cheated me and blah, 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 then she couldn't come back with the same thing. I mean, we saw it. Just, it was in our face that there was a problem, but nobody was going to do anything. Yeah, he did it for two reasons. He couldn't give it up. Plus, it was a show that you can never question it. That's, yep. Yeah. Rich said she can't remember what it was, but that was to condition the people, not to question. Mary, what's your email again? I have to catch you up on. Oh, okay. Um, Let me see. I'll put it in. I'll put it in for you. Trying to see if I could just make it for you, and I can't. So I'll just put it in. I'll put it in the chat. Um, oops. Okay. There you go. Oops. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, that's a good way. Um, Christine, go when you get a chance. Go to the about page, and it's there. You'll see it. Thanks, Brenda. I mean, when you think about it, it's like we are all being in um, this kind of like play or something, and oh, you're welcome, Christine. I was trying to make sure I had it right. You know, I was gonna go over and check, but if you just go over to the channel and look, it's everything is right there. I don't want to give you the wrong one, but yeah, they're just doing whatever they want to do. I mean, can you imagine 4 years? How long has it been? 2 years that he's been in there. I mean, but he just came in and just did, moved, changed every single thing that he thought he could change. He just, you know, came in and did whatever. So here's the deal. Okay, we all know how mad he was at Obama, right? We all know how mad he was at him. There's no way that he's going to let people of color be able to talk to him the way Obama talked to him. You know what I'm saying? He's like, we're going to make sure we don't see any more of that kind of stuff happening. That we're just going to take everything away and they're going to have to start at the bottom. But then what he doesn't realize is that other people, it's mixed up now. It's all kinds of people in there. He can't just hurt one group. He's going to have to hurt everybody. But, you know, I've been, Brenda says, I've been voting since the 80s. I know something was not right with the outcome of the 2024 election. Yep. Yep. I agree. I agree. Because I've never seen it happen like that before. He just, he, he can't stand him. I mean, he's just, oh, he just cannot stand him. And when Obama roasted him like that, he was like, nope, never again. Let me just get in power. He probably had some kind of plan to make sure that he got in power. But he didn't get a chance to do everything he wanted to do the first term. So this term he came in, boots on the ground. He was ready. He was ready. He's like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. They had it set up. Yeah, it was crazy how that happened. Yeah. What does the color of a suit have to do anything? He didn't have on a red suit. I mean, that's still a toned down kind of suit, if you ask me. But I guess you got to wear blue or black. Yeah, they had a fit. Well, they were trying to find anything on him to, make him look bad. They couldn't find anything. So it's like, okay, what about that suit? What about that tan suit he got on? Yeah, when she wore arms out, yeah. But you know what? They could do it. Who was, what, I'm trying to think. Was it Jackie that did it? Or, I'm seeing pictures in my head. Jackie Kennedy, didn't she do that? Somebody, another first lady did it too. I think is the name they're having to come up with. Funny names, and that he's vegan, even though I heard he's not. Okay, who's Teleco? Who's Teleco? I'm missing something. Who's Teleco? Teleco. Oh, the man from Texas. They're having to make up things that are not even funny. I gotta look him up. Yeah, they'll do things. They'll do things to mess you up, and people start believing it. That's how they do. They put out bad things about you, and then people start believing it, and then they don't really do any research, and so they mess your chances up just by doing little stuff like that. Yeah, like school children. Meanwhile, Melania. Oh, nobody talks about it. You're right. Nobody talks about it. And I still want to see the PEA, I'll say, tapes. Not that I want to see them. I don't want to see them. But I think they're out there. I still believe they're out there. Well, His friend Pootie is putting those out there about Melania. Marlene. Yeah. Well, see, that's another thing. With freedom of the speech, you're just like now. We're afraid to say, not that we're afraid, but we know that it's better not to say certain things if you want to still be able to come on and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's never been like that before. You used to be able to say things and not have to worry about somebody coming at you or doing something to you. So what if he's a vegan? What's wrong with that? Why would people be upset about that? Is it because Texas is where they eat all the beef and pork they can get their hands on? Is that what it is? I mean, not everybody. Yeah, which I believe that too. I believe that because I've been kind of watching things while I was not doing anything online, and I noticed how they've been messing with people. Yeah, and it's all because he's. I believe this is my personal opinion. He's pushing that agenda. Just like with Facebook, the same thing. He's pushing that agenda, and people listen and they do, what he says. I know. You know what? I don't see. Okay, Christine. Now you might have talked it up. It may just come now, but it came earlier, right before I got on. But usually, yeah, it usually does come. My train, it usually comes. But I don't know. I do know that right before I came on, it came. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. She says it's so good to see you. Glad you're doing better. I had just checked your channel to see if I missed you. I was excited when I got your notification going live. Good, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. I had to wait. I had to sit down and wait until Spirit said, okay. I kept trying to come back, but it didn't work. So now I'm back. So you guys be looking for me during the week. Wednesdays will be our lives, but I'll be putting some other things out there. I hope you'll like and you'll look at starting Monday. But I'm trying to get back into my routine too because you know what? I've just been sitting around, not doing a lot, and not doing my usual, and eating all the wrong foods and all that kind of stuff. So I got to get back into my routine too. Yeah, I didn't get a notification. Oh, you didn't? So I was watching other stuff, and when I stopped the video, your video had been going for 9 minutes, and it recommended your video. Okay. Do you still light your sage and ring your bell? Well, I light my sage all the time. Um, I haven't been, I haven't been online, so I haven't used my bell or anything like that. But it'll be coming back. It'll all be coming back. Yeah. I haven't used my pendulum. I've been away, so just biding my time until Spirit said it was okay to come back. So, but I'm glad I waited because you know it's good catching up with you guys again. You know I really missed you too. Yeah, I did. I lit my sage earlier today to make sure I got all anything that was not supposed to be here gone. Um, yeah, the pendulum and um, the pendulum and the criminal. These cards right here, guys. Do you know? Do you know how early Spirit was telling us about EPS? Do you guys remember? And I kept saying, I think this is all about traffic. Spirit was telling us so early on what the whole problem was. And I don't remember what we thought it was, but Spirit led us to, uh-uh, y'all looking at the wrong thing. Until we finally had to break down and say, nope, nope, nope. This is all about the traffic, all about the traffic. But we even found out about that with Diddy. And to me, they're all interconnected, and that's why I don't think, in my mind, and what Spirit is telling me, he's gonna be in. He's not coming out of there. He's not coming out of there. He's what did they give him, 2 years or something? He'll be there. He will be there. I don't see that happening. Yeah, true crime is so real. It's like it tells you everything. It tells you everything. It really makes you think. Whoever made that deck knew what they were doing. you know, it tells you everything. Yeah, I think they're all in it together, and that's a part of why we're so entrenched in this kind of society is because they all knew what they were doing. The thing about it is, in order to run an organization like that, you have the lower level people. I think starting with R. Kelly, as far as we know, and then going up the chain. And Diddy was just another fall guy. They had, um, what's that guy name? The white guy that went to jail too. They had to get Diddy in there too, and thinking that, well, this'll calm people down. It's funny how they sacrifice people to get, uh, things off of them. Let's just throw him out there. And here Diddy is saying, "Oh, we were friends. Oh, you gotta help me get out of this," and blah blah blah. There's no way. You know too much. You've been in the game. They let you come into the game. If you remember, guys, listen, when R. Kelly, you remember uh, the interview with R. Kelly and Gayle King, and how R. Kelly was so shocked that he was going down. It's like, you're gonna do this to me? But what can you do? You can't start calling names out because you're not gonna live long where you're at. You know what I'm saying? They would have another whatever. Although I think that he's still around, two F's. They're gonna take care of their own. But yeah, you get the low level people out of the way, and you think people are shocked about what happened. But if the people like Diddy or R. Kelly can do things like that, imagine the people with the real money. Imagine that. Yeah. Oh, Kevin Hart Rose was. Oh, I didn't. Now, see, I've been seeing it all over the place, but I haven't heard it. I gotta go look at it now. I haven't seen that roast. But you know, him and Diddy are friends. So what you think? And it's sad. It's sad how many of them, when it comes down to it, are mixed up in that kind of thing. But I guess when you have that kind of money, guys, what else are you gonna do? I mean, really, come on. You've done everything. You've done everything under the sun. Well, they're probably like, well, I might as well try this too. Everybody else is doing it. Why don't I try this? Yeah, I got to go listen to Kevin Hart's roast now. It's crazy. It's just crazy how things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like Diddy's thing was such a big deal, and the trial was such a big deal, and then he only got part of the sentencing that we thought that he should have gotten, and but he had money to make it shorter. But the thing about it is, are they really going to let him come out and be free? I mean, think about it. Okay, so I'm really lost now, Christine. Who's that? Where did she come from? Who's she related to? I don't know her. Wait a minute. Seems like I heard something about a degree. That's easy to check, though. You can check and see if somebody really has a degree if you want to. I mean, that's not a big, you know. Why would you lie about something like that? He said, never mind. I got to get on it. I got to check out Cheyenne Bryant. I got to get on this one. Who's she? Is she somebody in politics? She running for something? She's been calling herself, oh, a doctor. Has she been working on people? Has she been working on people? Let me look her up. That's crazy. Tell me about Cheyenne Bryant and um, her saying she has a doctor. She's a doctor and has a degree. I gotta know about her. People are crazy. Everybody can be a doctor, even a magical doctor with glowing hands, orange man's a doctor, didn't you know? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, I asked Claude. This is a very current controversy. It's been all over social media this month. And here's the rundown. Cheyenne Bryant is a wellness personality and life coach who goes by Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. She's well known online. She's appeared on The Breakfast Club and produced and appeared on MTV's Teen Mom Family Reunion. I'm trying to get to the part where she's. Oh, the controversy. The situation hit a fever pitch when she appeared on Joe Budden's podcast and said she doesn't have a therapy license and doesn't want to be bound by ethical and regulatory standards licensure requirements. Essence. That triggered people digging into her doctorate. Okay, so Ar- Argosy University permanently closed in March 2019. Bryant claimed she struggled to obtain her school records after it did, and that financial aid offered her a refund in exchange for no credit for any programs or courses she completed, which she declined. That don't sound right. If you got a degree, don't you have a piece of paper? Her response, she has stated that she has no intention of proving her credentials to the public, saying, "My obedience is to God, not to people." Okay. She also clarified she is not a therapist, but a psychology expert and life coach. I'm going to pull three cards on her. Okay, now y'all got me curious. All right, Spirit, I need to know what's going on with Cheyenne Bryant. You got to be careful who you let mess with you. Unverified doctorate. Okay, but before you get a doctorate, don't you have to go through? Well, I know you have to go through some other channels too. You don't just you don't go from high school to doctorate. Hmm. Okay. Cheyenne Bryant. Um, she's gonna end up in trouble with this. She's gonna have some court challenges. Um, because some action is going to be start to happen. Somebody's going to really look into this, and she's going to be in trouble. So she has the star card showing up here. She has some big cards showing up here. So I feel like she's hoping that not much comes of this. But yeah, I think she's going to get into some trouble about that. I don't know if a school closes down. Wouldn't you still get the information you need about? Yeah, it may not happen. It might take a minute to happen, but she's going to regret. She's going to regret what she said. I mean, even if you're a life coach, you have some kind of certificate or something. You went through, I know, I'm a life coach. You went through something and you got a certificate. You don't just make that stuff up. You gotta go through something. You know what I'm saying? So is she just saying that, or and then so why would they offer her a refund? Why are they offering her a refund? It's up to her to get her credentials right. They only hold your transcripts for 2 years. But I'll tell you what, if you're a doctorate, if you got a doctorate, you've written some, if there's some information out there that you've written. Okay, you don't get a doctorate without having some kind of thesis or something out in the public. So you still would have some kind of proof. You publish some things if you got a doctorate. To me, that's how I see it. To me, that's, she should have some kind of way of proving, because what was her thesis all about? What was she going into? What was she trying to figure out for people? There's got to be some kind of record somewhere. They only hold your transcripts for 2 years. I don't know about that. Well, you got your, don't you have them? I got all my transcripts. Yeah. You should have them. Which says lawsuits. Yep, that's what's happening. Lawsuits. Can you show me a picture of Miss Bryant? I want to see what she looks like. Can you bring it up for me? Can you research it? Oh, you can't pull up photos. Okay. But she has a pretty active social media. Well, I wonder if she's still making money. Who's going to pay her after she said that she didn't want to go through that? I do want to see. I guess I could go to Google. I just want to see, who is she that's making these claims that somebody can go back and see if you're telling the truth or not. Why would you do that? That's crazy. And then you got a large following. Um, well, you already told me that. Can't search for photos. I don't know why. Why can't you search for photos? I thought you were. Sometimes that's how I talk to him. I thought you were AI. You're supposed to do everything. Okay. She's a beautiful black woman. Wow. She should. You can't be getting up saying stuff like that if it's not true. There is one company I know where you can get your college transcripts. My sister just got hers from over 30 years ago. Yeah, see, I, especially these days where they can just put everything in digital. Why can't she find them? It don't make sense. But if she say so, sometimes they prevent them from actually bringing up images. For example, where they always getting new abilities, and depends on which one you're using. But I use it quite a bit. Um, I was using Claude. Um, well, maybe ChatGPT will do it. Because ChatGPT used to give me images all the time. Can you give me an image of Cheyenne Bryant? She's been in the news lately about having a doctorate. Oh, they brought her up. See? Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, Cheyenne. Well, she's going to be in trouble. Just watch for it. Yeah, because she don't have it. Yeah, ChatGTP gave it to me. Mm, that's that's crazy. I don't even know Argosy University. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. First of all, I don't know. Sometimes those universities do take your money and go though. But there's no way. There is no way I would not show my papers if I had them to calm everybody down. There's no way I wouldn't do it. You should have those on a wall somewhere. All you have to do is point to it. That's crazy. And she was on the Breakfast Club doing this. Look it up and research. They can probably tell you. Well, I'm sure everybody has now done a real thorough background check on her, but it's too bad that she got herself in that kind of situation. She don't want to be boxed in, so she doesn't have a license, but you can't be practicing. You can't be talking about you're a doctor if you can't prove it. Yeah, you're supposed to be showing everybody that you got it. You put it out where people can see it. Yeah. Sometimes I just have to mess with AI. I'd be like, "What you mean you can't do it? Aren't you AI?" I just like to play with them, see what they come up with, see what they tell me. I mean, they're AI. But I know they have to be, the information have to be input and all that kind of stuff. And I know that. But I just like to mess with them. Why not? They're here, just play with them a little bit. That's how I see it. Well, they gave me, oh yeah, Claude gave me quite a bit about her, but can you do a deep search on Cheyenne Bryant? Tell me about the school and if she would really have problems getting her credentials, um, and what happened. Where was the school located and why did they close down? Is it true that they would have offered her money back? What happens to what happens to degrees? Aren't they held somewhere where you can find them later? Just say your great grandkids might have want to look up you. Couldn't they? Wouldn't they be someplace? Let's see what they say. But I think you actually have to select deep search. Deep search can take 5, maybe 10 minutes, something like that. Okay, they came back with some information. Agorsi was for-profit university. Okay, a chain with campuses in multiple states: Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Phoenix. Plus an online program. It was known for graduate programs in psychology and counseling. In March 2019, it announced the closure effective immediately. After the discovery that the university had used $13 million of student loan monies from the U.S. Department of Education to cover payroll and expenses. Okay, so they were not legitimate. After a change in ownership, the university found itself in a difficult financial position, facing insolvency. This led the Department of Education to revoke Al Gore's eligibility for federal student aid in February 2019. Okay, so then they tried to change ownership, but the Department of Education denied their proposal, and a month later they closed. Psychology students at the Chicago campus grabbed books from the library with their professors' permission. That very day, closure was announced while students in Tampa gathered to learn about transferring credits. Is her story about getting records plausible? This is where it gets complicated, and honestly, her credibility takes a hit. Yes, the school's closure was chaotic, but when the school closes, another school or the state's Department of Higher Education assumes responsibility for storing all academic records. See? The U.S. Department of Education also has a closed school guide for students to help attain official transcripts. Transcripts were treated as permanent records in the U.S. They're treated as permanent records in the U.S. If your college closed, merged, or changed ownerships, your records may have been transferred to another college or sent to a higher education agency, but they still exist. The transcripts do not disappear. Okay. Okay, so here's what happened with the refund. Students enrolled at the time of closure or in the 120 days prior were eligible for closed student federal loan discharge, but only if they did not complete their program. Students who graduated were not eligible for discharge. So if she was offered her money back with no credit, that's the government's closed school loan discharge program. Accepting it would mean officially stating she did not complete her program. Declining it makes sense if she completed her degree. But here's the catch. If she completed the degree, her records should still exist somewhere. And then it go on to say, you are absolutely right. Student records are permanent. If the school shuts down, schools are required to seek another institution to keep the records. The National Student Clearinghouse may also hold copies, and some states maintain records. So theoretically, if someone wanted to look you up 100 years from now, there's a system designed to make that possible. Records don't just vanish because a school closes. So there you have it, guys. She's not telling the truth. She's not telling the truth, unfortunately, because they couldn't just throw the degrees in the trash. That wouldn't make no sense. Which says that's one thing that I was talking about earlier. I was having to do numerology and astrology based on everything that's happening. Okay, I must have missed something. Someone said she could be charged with a fraud, yep, depending on how she was paid. She said she didn't want to deal with insurance companies. one excuse for not actually being a doctor. Yeah. Some interesting information as far as Claude is one day maybe you would try pushing the plus button and then and selecting research, and then it will take a few minutes to do research. Good to her. Good to hear, figure it out as much. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they came up with that. It just didn't sound right because if you got a degree, you want your papers. You worked hard for that degree. I wouldn't just walk away from it like, you know, you're going to pay me and I just say I didn't get the degree. No. Mm-mm. It didn't make sense to me. That's why I was like, no. So, she's probably gonna face some court, like you say, whoever she's been, and maybe she went there for a few semesters or something, you know. But she did not get a degree. So, which is too bad. I wonder if she thought she could just make it sound good and just keep going because she took some classes or whatever. You know, I don't know. It's just crazy. And I think that people are probably realizing that it didn't make sense. Oh, depending on, you know what? Yeah, people paid her, and who knows how much she charged. Well, she probably couldn't be insured as a therapist. She wasn't licensed. She couldn't get insurance. So now the thing is she gonna have to pay back? Well, she's definitely gonna end up in court, but she may have to give people their money back or something. Or Mary, if you want to listen to her, she is with, oh, Shannon Sharp. Uh oh. That energy, bad energy. Even Nick Cannon, come on. She tries to help. Yeah, that's laughable. Wow. Shannon Sharp, I don't know. Nick Cannon, I don't know. Joe Budden, I gotta look more into them. Joe Budden and Cam Newton. But you just put yourself with some energy that probably wasn't good for you anyway. So there you go. It's crazy. Well, guys, I have been on here for 2 hours and 41 minutes. I did my one of my normal things like I always do. I always get on here, and I enjoy it so much talking to you guys that I don't know how to get off. So, but anyway, I want to thank you guys for being here, and look for me next Wednesday for our 7:50 gathering. We're going to talk about some more good stuff, and look for me on Monday. I can have something special going on Monday, and then a couple times next week too. So good night, everybody. Love and peace. Okay, which says love and peace, age of Aquarius. Live long and prosper. That's the word. That's the word. Which, all right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all, and I will see you on the next live. Bye.